Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations in the box below or hopped onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com and concluded that you are a power year number 5, then you've come to the right place. Hey, fives, you only have to calculate your power year number once for the year of 2020. Every month, your monthly number changes, and that's where I come in. Now, it just so happens that you're also in the month of 5, in the month of September 2020. So this is very interesting because 5 is all about change. It's about change that you instigate. And it's about change that you had no idea it was coming. It can be about having adventures, travel, things that suddenly come up. And it can be about communication. It can be about a communication breakdown or a time where you really need to express yourself and what's going on with you. A 5 is a little bit scattered as well. It's kind of that master, a jack of all trades, master of none kind of situation. Now, maybe you're a jack of all trades and a master at many. And maybe you're just, everything is going crazy this month of September and you're just spreading yourself way, way, way too thin. You're having a year like that perhaps, and now you're having on top of it a month like that, which emphasizes how busy you are. So let's first take a look at business, then let's take a look at relationship, and then we'll look at any situation you'd like. What I'm going to do is start with those of you 5s who are working in this month of September 2020. Remember, 5s, and I'll say this every time, no matter what I say in this reading, it's for you. So if the love reading makes more sense for work, it's for you. You know what resonates with you and sounds right, okay? It's for you. It's all for you. Now, let's pull some cards for our 5s who are at the workplace and kind of what can they expect this month. And already you have the 5 of Cups. And so already that's a shake-up at the workplace. And usually I tell clients what it means. It's not them being let go. It's not them being laid off. It's you being left to take care of the loose ends or of their work. And what we have going into the month is we have problems at the workplace. There's problems around you, some sort of problems. Now, there can be many problems that aren't huge, but altogether they're a real pain or a concern. And it ends up shaking up where you're working with new rules or new situations, and now you have this COVID kind of hanging on top. So sometimes, say you're a teacher and you're supposed to go back in September, and it's up, it's down, it's off, it's on, and then they finally decide that all teachers are to report to their classrooms, and the kids can decide whether they're going to go with the, I'm going to say visual, because right now I'm drawing a blank, but with the, staying home and looking on the computer. And you say, I'm not going back. I have a health issue. I have someone at home that I don't want to bring COVID to. Or somebody else says that, and you say, great, so I have to go, and I have to, but they don't. Or they're leaving and I have to now there's a panic because there's not enough 6th grade teachers or something like that. That's what's going on here. Now, I'm just focusing on what's coming into place is a card that talks about your past. And it reminds me of something my mother used to say, that all progression is regression. And so that every time we seem to make 2 steps forward in anything, in the world, in our own lives, we all tend to have to make 2 steps backwards because, well, that goes out of style and now it's something else. and bell bottoms are back in. They were out and now they're back in. And so in terms of work, it looks as though an old rule, an old thought process, an old way of life is going to be coming back into the picture, or at least your picture in the workplace. Like the electric garage door isn't opening anymore, so now you have to manually open and close it for a while. So there are changes going on in your workplace. And as when things are coming in the future, this may not make sense to you now, it will make sense to you later. Let's take a look at our fives who are looking for work. And as I say, all words are for you. So even if you're looking for work, the above reading that I just did may make more sense to you. It's okay. It's okay. So for fives, just for the sake of trying to be a little bit more specific, let me break it up and say for fives who are looking for work. It looks like fives, it's not an easy month for you in this month of September. And I have to say, through the readings that I'm doing, I'm kind of finding that theme. It's a rough month, and it's probably because September marks the beginning of so many jobs out there. And it looks like you kind of have to suck it up. You have to take what somebody is willing to give you. It is not the month for you to put your foot down. The month kind of looks like it wraps up where you might find yourself with nothing. You might find yourself with nothing. And we have to begin again in the next month of October for the month of 6 and see how that goes for you. So I don't feel like throwing your weight around at all this month. Just take what you can get. If you can get an online job or some kind of a service to hold you over for this month, take it. Or set yourself up if you feel like what you're doing might be coming to an end. Then start exploring and see what's out there that you can do on a temporary basis. Hey, that person seemed nice when I talked to them. Maybe, they can give me some work for a couple of weeks or for a while to hold me over. It looks like a month of a lot of confusion. And it makes sense, again, because like I say, you're in that year of 5 and now the month of 5, and that is tough. Hey, it's one thing if we're the ones making changes. It's another thing if it's somebody else making them for us. Let's take a look at romance, fives. Let's see what's cooking in the romance factor. Let's look at relationships that are happening. You are in a relationship right now, and let's see what can we expect during this month of September when it comes to your relationship. There's a waiting game going on in your relationship, and a perfect example of this is this isolation factor, where you're very, very limited when you can see someone, if at all. And there are emotions attached to this, and the specific card is the guilt emotion. So for whatever reason, you have to hold someone off, or you have to say no to invitations, or you have to keep the kids at home and say no to invitations. You do feel badly about it, but it's all about timing. And it is coming. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, fives, for this. So in this relationships or love relationship that we're talking about, whatever the relationship is that this is in reference to, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And by the end of September, you are going to see things feeling a little bit back to normal, or the other person is understanding, or you or they have become more flexible in some way. And you'll start to hear or see the changes that you want to go in the direction that you want. Let's take a look at our fives who are looking for love. Now, I'm using my special relationship deck. Oh man, jeez. Okay, same thing. Okay, so there's many different cards in the deck, and they all have different meanings, but you certainly have some that overlap. Some may overlap in anger, some might overlap in love, relationships. Some might overlap in timing. Everything you've got here is about timing, and this is one deck. You've got delayed success. It's like you've done everything you can to try to get yourself a partner or to try to resurrect a relationship that you want. And it looked like or felt like it was heading in the right direction, and then boom, we're at this bloody standstill. This too is going into the Knight of Cups card, which means a situation is coming in or going out of your life, fives. When it comes to relationships, this is technically my proposal card. So that means that if we were talking about work, it could be an artistic proposal coming your way, but we're talking about love. So it looks as though someone will come back around. Someone will make an offer that you wanted. Someone may even want to get back together or make a stronger commitment or get engaged. Say you've broken up and you haven't been able to see each other. So this is better than the work reading for you. It's still a lot of frustration for you in this month of September, but at least it's getting better when it comes to relationship. In closing, fives, why don't you pick a question, any question at all that you have. It might be about work, it might be about relationship, it can be about health, finances, and just tweak my words to fit your question. Just don't change the outcome. It's either going to be yes, no, or maybe. So, just don't change the outcome. All right, got your question? Is it specific? Let's get an answer. What's the best that we can expect in this month of September for the question that our viewing number fives have for us? Okay, so it looks as though some of you may have a big decision or choice ahead of you, or you may have made it already. And I want to tell you that the time is now. There's all this flux going on, and yet the cards are telling you the time is now for you to make a decision, because it looks as though there's so much happening and there's so many different ways that something can go, that waiting any longer on the question that you have isn't necessarily the advice for you to do. It looks like it's a big decision. This could be to stay in a job or leave a job. This could be to stay in a relationship or leave a relationship. Or this could be to try a new health treatment or change doctors. And what you're going into is the Nine of Wands, which means there's one more huge hurdle to get over until Nirvana arrives, because your final card, this is a different deck, and you got that Knight of Cups again. And to review with you, what that is a knight means the situation is coming in or going out of your life. As I said, the Knight of Cups can mean an artistic proposal coming your way, a job proposal coming your way, a marriage proposal or a relationship, a date, an offer for a date is coming into your life. So you've got a big decision to make, and it's not an easy one, and you've got a huge hurdle to get over. Say you're going to leave someone that you're with and try to pursue a person that you miss. Say you're going to leave the job that you're at because you're thinking, I think there's something else better for me out there, or at least I want to give it a try, this new thing a try. And so there's this hurdle to get over. Maybe it's getting in touch with someone. Maybe it's getting a definite, change of job, or, whatever the circumstances are around it. Maybe there's a relocation involved with it. But to get to this Knight of Cups at the end of September or beginning of October, you're the one who has to make the change and the movement. Thank you, Fives. Thanks for joining Gemma's Window. If you'd like to know more about me, hop onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you. Thanks so much, Fives. See you next time when you're in the most romantic month of your year, the month of October. Bye for now.